Thank you, Brunel. Good afternoon. Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Tony Green, and I am a recording artist. I'm a recording artist because, first of all, I was born in one of the greatest musical towns of the world, and that's Memphis, Tennessee.
All right.
And because I am a body that came straight here from Memphis, I've been embraced by some guys who thought the world of us, and who for 28 years thought a whole lot about the Memphis music, starting with the Isaac Hayes, James Carr, the Rufus Thomas, everybody. There was anybody that had a whole lot to do with our music. And because of that, they brought over some great musicians and singers. My experience has been that they have embraced us for all of these years, and we've not given them the opportunity to let them know how much we really appreciate them. So today, it's worth our while to let them know that we love them just the same. Today, I'm honored to have with me Mr. Graziano Uliani, or Uliani, as I like to call him. Along with him came Mr. Alberto Renzi. And they're all in the audience, but we are so honored to have them. And on my flank, on my side, I also have one of my dear friends, Mr. John Derry Williams, and Mr. Vincent Taylor, and Mr. John B. Smith. We have some of the greatest musicians and artists right here, and we want you to know that we are going to celebrate them from Memphis, Tennessee. And we want you to spread that word, because they are spreading the word around about who we are. Okay?
Yes.
So, without further ado, I'm going to call up a gentleman who has been a very big part of this Memphis scene and who has had a longevity. You know, I'm not going to just say because he's my cousin, but because he has been so talented and he has been a forerunner for us all. But as I give him the mic, I'm going to ask you to remember one or two great things. That Memphis, the word Memphis, is a great big word. It's just not a little small word around the country, around the world. When you go to New York, they talk Memphis. We love it. If you go to California, Memphis, we love it. It's something in the DNA of the food here. But over in Italy, it is absolutely a wonderful treat for these people who embrace us every year. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. John Gary Williams.
All right.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning. I've been asked to talk about how it felt to be a part of this 29-year legacy that Mr. Graziano has started. I went over, I think it was, 2013?
2013, right.
And it was fantastic. The whole town was like a family atmosphere. I'm looking out into the audience, and I see Chili Bill, who also made the journey. I see Jerry Jones, who also made the journey. But before I get into this, I just want to say that how much we appreciate what these gentlemen have done for us. They take all the artists that a lot of people have forgotten about, like myself, for instance. And they invite us over, and they show us a wonderful time. And they pay us, too. And they pay us well. I would have paid to have gone. That's how nice it turned out to be when I got there. I didn't know what to expect for the first time. But we had the pleasure of, the Mad Lads had the pleasure of doing a song for that festival. Yeah, Rufus Thomas. Yeah, Rufus is back in town was the name of the song we recorded. And it's big over there, and it's a good song. We recorded it here, and we went over very well over there. And just like to say that the best of Memphis have been there. I was so glad to see you, Jerry, be over there. I watched you and Chili Bill, Mad Lad Forever. You know, I just can't say enough about it, man. We not just the entertainment part of it, but mingling among the people and the restaurant that everybody went to. You know, after we did our shows, we all got together and ate. It was just like family, man. And I'm just blessed to have been a part of it. And I want to thank these gentlemen for having us over, and I'm looking forward to them having the Mad Lads over in the very near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay.
Make a special presentation on behalf of the Honorable Mayor A.C. Ward, who could not be here. He got called away. He was supposed to be here, and he gives his regrets for not being able to be here this morning. But he did leave some gifts and a special recognition that I'm going to share on his behalf and on behalf of the citizens of the city of Memphis. I'm going to present this to Mr. Uliani. Certificate of Special Recognition presented to Graziano Uliani, founder and producer of the Parade Soul Festival, presented in recognition of his noteworthy efforts to share the beauty, power, and inspiration of soul music with Europe and the world through the long-standing Parade Soul Festival, and for his efforts to definitively outline the invaluable role Memphis, Tennessee, and its tremendous bevy of musicians and artists have played in shaping his beloved musical genre. And this is signed A.C. Warden Jr., Memphis Mayor, October 30th, 2015. And I present this on behalf of the mayor and the city of Memphis.
Yeah. Clap.
We also have a special gift that the mayor asked us to present, and I also present that.
Thank you.
And you're welcome to
Yes.
make remarks at this time.
Good morning. Sorry for my English, but my teacher was Otis Redding, Rufus Thomas, William Bell, and they have a little southern accent, no? In Italy, at my time, in the 60s, in the golden era of the soul music, we studied French, and for me is a frustration because I listen this wonderful kind of music, the Memphis sound, but in the beginning I don't understand nothing, but I understand the feeling, I understand the rhythm, and I understand the soul. And in my opinion, since I have grown up with the Memphis music, the real soul music was the Memphis sound, not Motown that is oriented to the pop people, the pop music, but the real sound was the sound of Stax, Goldwax, I Records, the sound of American studios, and I learned all the name of the musicians that play this wonderful music. In '67, when I was 19 years old, Otis Redding died. And for that moment, I hope, my dream was to listen these wonderful musicians. Only in '87, I met two legends, Wayne Jackson and Andrew Lowe for the Memphis Horns. They came in Italy, and I was a guest of Wayne Jackson in December '87 in Nashville, because he moved to Nashville. With Wayne, I came in Memphis. He introduced me all the Memphis music, since Rufus Thomas, Booker T and Angie, Isaac, everybody. In '88, I start with my festival. It's my baby, the festival. It's not my work. I worked for the Yellow Pages in Italy in advertising, but in '88 my dream was arrived because in my town, Porretta, we had for the first time Rufus Thomas and the Memphis Horns with some member of Radiance. Do you remember the Radiance? Eddie Harrison on. Yeah, we had a wonderful singer, Eddie Harrison. We had the first edition of the festival with big success. But after this first edition, we suppose don't repeat because we don't have the money to do that. But the people, the mayor of Porretta understand that this is a very good music, a very good option for Porretta. And we start with the second edition, and next July we arrive at 29 edition of the festival. This is crazy for me because I have seen in my town all my idols. I lived in Otis Reading Street. It's crazy when I came in Memphis and the people see my car with Otis Reading Street. It's really, yeah. And we have also Rufus Thomas Park. Rufus Thomas performed 6 times in Porretta. Jerry Blackwood performed 5 times. The Bar Case 5 times. All the Memphis musicians, I suppose, have performed at the festival. But not only wonderful singers, but wonderful musicians. From Isaac Hayes to Booker T, to Steve Cropper, to Floyd Newman. A wonderful saxophone player that nobody knows in Italy, but is a legend. For us, the legend are not only the singers, but the musicians. The Memphis music is formed by the musician. The school, the Willie Mitchell School, we have James Mitchell, his late brother. We have all the people from Stax, from American Studios. We have invited also Dan Penn. You know Dan Penn? Dan Penn is one of the best writers about soul music. We had a legend like James Carr. When James Carr came in '92 in Porretta, nobody knows James Carr. But when opened the microphone and he started to sing, the crowd says, wow, his incredible voice. This is the spirit of Porretta. This is the spirit of soul music. This is why the people came from Europe to listen, not the singers with the tracks, but the singer with a full band, 4 horns, 4 or 5 rhythm section, 3 background singers. This is the soul music. We don't understand why in the black clubs the people perform with the tracks, with the drum machine. This is not music. This is not music.
Like last night.
This is the spirit of Porretta. I thank you. I thank the city because when I came in this city with my friend, it is our family. This is the family. You are like the Italian people, no difference. No black or white difference. Rufus Thomas told me, Graziano, the test of the piano is black and white. The good music is necessary black and white, no difference. You know, and I want to thank the mayor, the city of Memphis, all my friend musicians, Tony Green, that is a big support for the whole festival, and all the performers that have grown up the Porretta Soul Festival. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I see my good friend Jerry out there, Stacy out there. It's good to see you all out there as well. We wanted to make sure that you heard from the state of Tennessee as well, okay, about how we feel about what you're doing in your country, okay? All right, and as a small token of my appreciation, I got 3 things I'm going to present to you. I'm going to read this proclamation, but we also have a signature collector's item, Tennessee Blue Book. It's never been done in this color before. Okay, this is a select signature blue book in this honor of our coach, Pat Summit, as well as UT. Okay, they'll never do this color again. Okay, and also can't let you come in the state of Tennessee without getting the Tennessee flag.
Wow.
They don't believe you. All you got
Wow.
to Tennessee flag on them. They believe that you've been to Tennessee, in particular Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I'll take care of it. Let me. Okay, we will. Just hold this. But look, let me tell you, our music, people got to understand just how critical it is. How critical music is. Okay, the songs. You got to think about the songs. You got to think about the slave song, change the heart of the master. You got to think about the civil rights song that exports civil rights all over the world. When it comes to civil rights, many times people in China, in Russia, and other countries will be singing "We Shall Overcome." The soul songs that change the hearts of people around this world. You and your country, you all understand it, you get it, and you appreciate it. For that, we are indebted. We appreciate it. Not only that, it allows our men and women from Memphis, Tennessee to export our brand of music and work around the world. There's a message in the music. There's testimony in the music. There's prophecy in the music. You give me the control of the songs, I'll change the people. Think about a good sermon when you go to church. We're Southerners down here. We say amen and all that good stuff. We feed you, we clothe you, we home you, we do all that. Think about a good sermon when you go to church. You can remember the sermon. Think about the president's speech. You can remember part of the speech, but when you get a song, you remember the whole thing. It gets in your mind. It programs us for the goodness that we are to do. All right, the music is powerful. Always has been and always will be. And you all are helping in your country to keep this great music going, because right now they're eating dog food. That's what they own. They don't have music. They don't even have a reasonable facsimile of music. So we have the exports where we can show this, if they can hear it, they'll choose it eventually to come back around. So you're helping the music to stay alive. As I said, the state will never let the city outdo us. The city folks operate only at the behest of the state. So we gotta make sure that they know you've been here, brother, and the state was present, okay? Okay, State of Tennessee, House of Representatives proclamation. Whereas it is fitting that the members of this legislative body shall salute those individuals who distinguish themselves as a consummate professional. Whereas such noteworthy person is Graciano Ulani, a freelancer in the music industry and an avid follower of soul music. Whereas Graciano Ulani founded the Sweet Soul Music Association. Y'all said it, the Sweet Soul Music
Association.
Sounds good. Sounds like a song that somebody may want to write that other song, okay? A non-profit association whose mission is to make soul music more widely known to Europeans, okay? All right. Perfect, okay? Whereas Mr. Ulani established the Porretta Soul Festival in 1988, and some of the most prestigious names in soul music have performed there, including such legends as Isaac Hayes, Percy Slade, Chaka Khan, and we know the list goes on and on and on and on. Whereas highly regarded in this profession, Graciano has received numerous awards and accolades. He has been the Honorary Grand Marshal of the Memphis Italian Festival, an Honorary Melvin Jones Fellows of Lions International, an Honorary Member of Corrida Historia. He also was granted honorary membership, honorary Tennessee citizenship by the Mayor of Memphis, and holds lifelong membership in the Blues Foundation. And whereas, in addition to his many notable achievements, Graciano was designated by the Ambassador of Soul by the City of Memphis and recognized by the City of Chicago as a world-renowned international expert, guys, on soul music. Whereas a member of this legislative body find it appropriate to acknowledge and applaud Mr. Graciano for his professional excellence. Now, therefore, I, Beth Harwell, House of Representatives, Speaker of the House of Representatives, 109th General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, at the request of and in conjunction with yours truly, Representative Joe Towns, do hereby proclaim that we honor, commend Graciano for his many significant contributions to soul music and extend to him our best wishes for every future success as it relates to soul music. Proclaimed Nashville, Tennessee on the day of 28th day of October, 2015, signed by the Speaker of the House and myself. We'd like to
Yeah. All right.
thank you, and many, many more, if you don't mind. This goes with it. It's gonna be a lot to carry. You have the flag, we got a little box on the other side.
The flag is,
We have it for you. It's there. And if you don't mind also, I couldn't do that. Vince, you have to pardon me. I'm hard legs. I'm not partial to it. I'm partial. He gave me that little jealous look. I'm gonna present this to you. I'm gonna present this. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna present this to Tony as well. One of our entertainers has been all around the world pushing the Memphis sound, our music, her brand of music. I want to give her one of these signature copy blue books from the state of Tennessee as well. If you don't mind, that. I am going to sign those for you all as well, okay?
All right.
Thank you. My very proud.
Wow.
We've had the state, and now we've got the representation of the federal government. Our Congressman Steve Cohen, has sent a representative, and they're going to make a proclamation and present that on behalf of our Congressman Steve Cohen.
Hello, how's everyone doing today?
All right.
My name is Jonathan Donald, and I am here on behalf of Congressman Steve Cohen. He could not make it here today, but he wanted to make sure he had a representative to commemorate this special occasion. So I'll take this time to read an excerpt from the proclamation. It says, whereas on behalf of the citizens of the 9th Congressional District, it is my distinct pleasure to honor Mr. Graziano Uliano of Porretta, Italy, for his work on behalf of soul musicians, particularly Memphis musicians and former Stax artists. Whereas Mr. Uliani founded the Sweet Soul Music Association, helping soul artists achieve much-deserved international acclaim and a wider audience. Because of his efforts, the park that serves as a home of the Porretta Soul Festival is now Rufus Thomas Park, and the street where Mr. Uliani lives is now known as Via Otis Redding. Now, therefore, be resolved that I, Steve Cohen, member of Congress, along with the citizens of the 9th Congressional District, honor Mr. Graziano Uliani, sharing the soul of Memphis with Europe on this day, the 29th of October, 2015. Signed, Congressman Steve Cohen.
All right. Yes.
So it would only be fitting after all of these tremendous presentations and recognition of the power of connecting Memphis music and the impact that it's had all across the world, and particularly in Europe. I bring Tony Green back to give us some closing remarks and reflect upon this event today. But more importantly, that she also talked about the fact that they're here still looking for new Memphis artists and bringing more artists as they celebrate 29 years in 2016.
Wow.
Thank you, Pernell. Let me just add to that to say that their meetings here have been all about Memphis music. And in saying that, I want you to know we've got the greatest musicians and singers in the world. And because of that, they come every year to get the best of the crop. Graziano told me, Tony, when he called me, he said, I'm coming, and I said, I'll be there. But we only had 2 weeks to get this together. And I must tell you that in the 2 weeks, we called in some people and nobody turned us down. Vincent Taylor, who I don't know if you know him or not, but let me tell you who he is. His Sunbeam, I don't know you know, if you old as I am, you know about the Paradise, which was one of the biggest nightclubs here in Memphis that brought out some of the greatest musicians like Tina Turner, whom his father made sure that she had a chance to eat. And that's what these guys do too. You know, I'm going to get back to them, but let me start back with Vincent to tell you about what he's doing with us. When I called, we talked. He called John B. Smith. That's Vincent right there. And John B. drove all the way from Atlanta, Georgia to be here with us today, from yesterday to today. We only had a few days to do this. Then they called Renell. John Gary Williams with the Mad Lads. I know you all know all the greatness that these people bring to the table, but this is Tri-State Defender. This is the Mad Lads, the great Mad Lads who have held the music thrones for years and still doing it. But once again, we don't appreciate our musicians and singers a lot. I've just got to tell you like it is. You know, you might not like it, but sometimes charity should begin at home instead of spreading abroad.
Yes.
You know, like that. It should stop right here.
Yes. Yes.
Because we're all getting older. And what a treat it is, and what a great thing it is that Pareto Soul Festival always embraces us. Now we need to learn how to embrace each other. We need to get this out to let everybody know that this is important, that we are musicians and singers. We have cousins and relatives who are still in this music business who are trying to have something and do something. And I know a lot of times you don't want to hear the truth about it, but you know, you shouldn't give me the microphone because I can talk. And I'm going to tell you the truth because I happen to be, I'm an old school sister. And I got to just tell it like it is. Let's take care of our home. These guys are doing that. They're paying for their own tickets here, their own hotels, their own food. When we go over there, they take care of our hotels, they take care of our flight. Yeah, we're working, but so are they. They're coming to get us. We need to start embracing those things. And I'm just putting it out there so it'll be taped, filmed, or whatever. You can tell it. I know somebody up there, you know, hear me, and down there too. But I want you to hear what I'm saying. Take care of people who take care of you. That's what I learned. I grew up like that. Stacey Marino, you feel what I'm saying? I don't know. Okay. Okay. I had to go a little street on you, but I had to tell you like it is. Now let me get back to the purpose of who I am. I want you to know that music, Memphis music, the greatest music in the world, from California to the depths of Mississippi, you know, they still come here to learn what we know. There's an idea that we already have it. We already have it. So I'm going to ask you out there, if you have any questions for these great guys up here who are telling it like it is, even with Dr. AC, he still does his thing. He has African April every year, trying so hard to pull in everybody and make sure everybody knows it's hard. This is hard work. These festivals are not easy. You have to have sponsors, and half the time the sponsors leave you. They don't even tell you 1 minute they're going to do it, the next minute they don't. They're right out there and say, hey, I'm trying to tell the truth. Y'all should have gave me this microphone. Like I said, you know, you got all of these things going on, and even running the newspapers and magazines. Mom, you know, running your festival, very hard to do. But when you got musicians and singers, treat them like family. Do them like you want somebody to do you, okay? You know, I've just got to let you know where I'm coming from. I have been in this music business a long time, and the doors have been shut on me. I didn't stop. There were times I couldn't feed my children, but I kept on pressing. I didn't go to the level to the right. That's not to say I'm a good or bad girl, but I had to do what I had to do. But being a singer and an entertainer that I love to do, I would just love you sometimes to just love me back.
Right.
These people do.
Right.
These people do.
Yes.
You really?
Yes.
And so with that, I'm going to say, let it spread around so we can do and give the other ones who come behind us a better chance than some of us have had. Some of us are going on. They're going on. They will not get an opportunity to tell you what I'm trying to tell you right now. They're gone. There are no accolades. There's nothing for them. So we got to hold on to this and be gracious about who cares about us.
Right.
Who cares about you, okay? I'm going to end this and say, if you have any questions, any remarks, anybody wants to say anything, please feel free. Not unless somebody on the panel want to come up and say something before I do. Okay. I'd like to thank all the presenters, everybody who presented us. Joe Towns, I love you. All my heart, yes I do. Yeah, okay.
I would like to say, why don't we have a festival for Italy, like Italy in August,
Good point.
to honor them? They honor us all the time for
Okay.
28 years. Huh?
We'll just take it under consideration.
Yeah. Italy in August, that sounds great.
Right.
Anything more than music.
Yeah.
I think that's what Tony is saying. Anything that we can do here to promote the music, give our artists an opportunity to work and to expose our music and expose especially our young people to this genre so they can carry this stuff on after we've gone on is what we need to do. And so,
Right.
and it's not one idea. This landscape can house a lot of good ideas. Okay.
Right.
The more ideas, the more frequently it's done, the better opportunity they have to display and expose this kind of music. So we have to take it under advisement. Everything begins with ideas and ends with putting the money together. Team and the money together. And I'm saying yes, we can do it. We can do it. You'll see some of us.
Yes.
But the key of it is that some of us get it. It's hard for them to do it because they got to work and concentrate and be creative.
Yes.
So some of us business people and community people and other folk have to put these kinds of things together. And you know, it's the thing about music that when you galvanize people around music, there's never a bad time. Right. Everybody loves good music. It's like good food. Okay, or a good book people read. That's exactly right. So there's no downside to it. There's really no downside to it. When have you ever gone to a B.B. King concert and came away disappointed? It doesn't happen. Right. Okay? Or the Mad Lads or some groups from the city. It doesn't happen. Everybody leaves exhilarated. Everybody leaves on a different note or cloud. Okay? So we just have to do more of it. I think what happens sometimes, Tony, is that, you know, it's like this. It's the many artifacts we have in our city. I mean, Dr. AC, you can attest to it. You're a senior brother. But when you have things, the cancer is that we take it for granted. Yeah. So we take it for granted.
Right.
So there may be people in this city who've never gone to the Civil Rights Museum.
Right.
We take it for granted because it's in our DNA.
Right.
It's in our RNA. We know we can do it.
Right.
We got it, but there's a business side to it as well. And there's also a side that you don't want it to become extinct. The business side, people have to work and make a living. The other side is that if you don't do it, it dies.
Right.
They come up with the spot. That's what's out there. That's an old word. They come up with the spot. And that's what covers the airwaves. But if the kids never have an opportunity to hear it, they can never emulate it.
Right.
So we just got to do better. And what we're doing now is ringing the bell to make us think about how we need to look and react towards what we got. And we take it for granted because this is like I said, going down to the Civil Rights Museum or going to Elvis Presley Mansion. Many people in the city probably have never gone.
Right.
But people come from all over the world to go see it. But we
Yeah.
feel like we can go anytime we get ready to go.